Hey everybody, Ira Miller here with Homes Around the Village's YouTube channel, Monday Night Live. And let's see, we got a bunch of people here already. So I want to thank everybody for joining in. Racer Girl, I think I saw her in here at 3 o'clock or something. Let's see. 3:43 I had Racer Girl. So that's cool. And then she's back. So I got Jace Gallagher. Jace, thanks for joining on. Pat and Jane. Now, I think last week we were having a little issue where Pat was saying, no, I got you guys coming in. All right, so here's the deal. It all depends, I guess. Now, Christian and Michael have been working on this because as you can see, we're totally in a different room, a different format because we have some special guests coming on here in just a minute. So we have our conference room all set up here. So that's why, like Racer Girl, 3:43, she jumped on there. Hello, I can't wait for today's guests. So that's cool. Oh, and the first thing I want to let you all know, see this? So for the next, I think maybe to the end of the year, I'm going to be wearing my concert shirts that I've been going to for over the years. And now I'm going to have to probably try to find a few of them from my daughter Jamie's closet because she loves to steal my concert shirts. So we'll have to talk about that too here in just a second because I think we have somebody named Jamie Miller here as a special guest tonight. All right, so we're going to get going. Let me just kind of answer some of my chats before we get started. So let's see, Jane. Okay, so Pat and Jane, like I was saying, I guess it just depends on when we get started as to how soon you could jump on to the chat. So, Racer Girl, she got a jump on you here, 3:43, because we started 3:21. So I don't know if y'all get. Look, I'm not Christian. He's the master of this domain. I just want you to know that. I just sit here and run my mouth for a while. Christian, he's the dude that's got all this set up. So, and if you could only see what I see, it's pretty crazy. But anyways. They got started at 3:21 here, and just to get everything set up in the room to make sure everything is running perfectly. So Christian, thank you very much. So what's happening now is while Christian used to be here for the whole live stream, he's going to run out of here at 6 o'clock every Monday night until Michael's up and running. And then when Michael feels comfortable, he's going to tell me, and then Christian can come in, I don't know, whenever he wants, right? So, anyways, all right, that's the deal with the Sticks shirt. So we'll see what happens next. I'm sure Jace Gallagher can appreciate all of this. All right, we're going to our chats. Jane and Pat. So thank you very much for joining this evening. And Tom, my man, Tom and Lauren, thank you so much. Loyal listeners, watchers in their awesome home. By the way, I think I mentioned it last week that I got a renovation job off of Tom's video that we did on his completed home. So thank you for letting me do that, Tom, after we got everything completed for you. All right, who else? Rich A is in the house. Well, I should say Tom and Lauren are in the house. And then Rich A is with us. Gary Winkle. Uh-oh. I headed to dinner at Lake Sumter. So I have, oh, let's see. I have, I got Gary coming in here this week. I'm just going to confirm that. Gary Winkle. And I think Kathy's supposed to be with him too. So that's on tomorrow at 11 a.m. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be great. Because I love to meet my viewers. So, if you guys are in the area or even coming into the area and you want to stop in, please, I'd love to have a chat with you. Let's chat a little bit. You can look around the studio. You can see where we usually do these videos. I think you'd really enjoy seeing behind the scenes here. Okay, so yeah, we have Robert DeRoche. So Robert, let's see, he's coming from York, Pennsylvania. We have a lot of people from Pennsylvania. I think Rich, aren't you, Rich A, aren't you from Pennsylvania, I think? Correct me if I'm wrong. But how we doing, Christian? We doing good, buddy?
Yep, sounds good, and we got 41 people.
Thank you.
Of course.
Out of here. Have a good evening.
You too.
What are we having for dinner tonight?
Probably leftover pasta fare.
Leftover. Oh, that's not bad. Well, see, I always check with Christian on what he's having for dinner. Oh, boy, I got somebody by the name of Patty Miller joining this evening.
Good. Joey helped her get on.
All right, listen. Let me just come on down here. All right, listen. We're going to jump right into the show here. Okay, so without further ado, I want to invite Candice and Jamie to the show. They've got a lot of stuff to talk to you about. Candice, Georgis?
Yes.
There you go. And Jamie, what's your last name?
It's very similar to yours.
Very good. All right, so thank you guys for coming.
No problem.
Thank you for having me.
It was like pulling teeth over here, because anyways. So guess what? Is that mic too loud?
There's a white noise machine. I don't want it in the background.
Oh, thanks. All right, so we have some interior designers. Look, I don't want to get myself in trouble. I tread very carefully in this whole. So, Candice, we're going to start with Candice. Candice, why don't you tell us what your title is, what you do, and let's go from there. Now, Candice is helping me out on a project that we're doing for somebody in the villages, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. So I am an interior designer, and I help clients, through the whole selection process, all the way to the installation process, communicating the design, intent, and vision to the subcontractors. I have a background in new build, custom construction, and I really love the construction part of design and things like that. So today, I did bring some samples for countertops. I think it's a really big conversation, especially in today's market where there's so many options, and people can be confused about, what is what really, and the function and why they're different. So you want to jump in and kind of just grab the samples and
yeah, that's gonna be great. So let's kind of just start off with what you were saying. There's different functions or different
yes.
manufacturing processes, or so you're going to tell us, because I know there's quartz, there's quartzite, right?
Yes.
There's granite. So we're gonna learn something here this evening.
Yes, so I have a box full of samples, and I do want to give a shout out to my stone reps. So when you work with me, or usually interior designer, you are going to have access to their network. So their vendors who, they're trusted team. And I just want to give a shout out to my trusted team. My stone people over at OHM in Orlando sent me this beautiful sample box just for this particular show, so gratitude for that. My mom mentioned it would be a good idea to visually write down things for the visual people about what different types of stone we are showing. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now.
We're very visual around here,
We are,
Candice,
yeah,
as you can see.
we are very visual, which is why we love design. All right, so I'm just gonna go, something new that you might have seen on the market are large format porcelain tiles. And this is a great application. It's this. So this is a piece of a larger, huge format porcelain tile, and this is what it would be depicted on. Like, this is what the full slab would be, is this photo. This is just like a section of that slab. And porcelain this is like an application that you would put maybe in a shower wall, the back of a shower wall, because it's huge, so it's seamless. There's not a lot of grout, and porcelain is very strong. So this is basically like a huge tile that you can use as a backsplash. Something about this porcelain is that you see it's not consistent on the edge. So the pattern that's showing on the front face is not consistent on the edge, meaning during fabrication, you're gonna have to miter this edge. And what that means is that the fabricator is going to cut another piece of this material and adhere it to the side so it looks as if the pattern is running from top, like all the way through the stone. So the material itself can be cost effective, but the fabrication, because of that extra step, can be a little bit more. Fabrication is the process of taking the stone and making it useful for the space that you need it for. So fabrication, the stone comes from the yard, it goes to the fabricator, he measures it, templates, and then cuts it and installs it. The fabricator is like the middleman between getting it from from the stone yard to your house. So that's porcelain. That, and then this right here is granite. So granite is pretty strong. It's heat resistant. This is absolute black. And this is not a polished piece of granite. So you notice that it's not shiny, it's not reflective, it's honed. So it's lightly polished, and that's why it has this flat and matte surface. On the back, this is leathered, and I don't know if you guys can really see the texture difference on that, but this leathered finish isn't polished at all. They actually just kind of lightly give it like a honed texture, and then they run like a diamond brush blade across it to give it that kind of leathered like texture and natural finish. This is really popular right now, and honestly beautiful, like, in its most natural state.
One thing I want to point out is we did a leathered island on Hazelwood. So if any of you go over to IM Renovations and to our YouTube channel over there, and you watch that video that we had on Hazelwood, you'll see a huge piece of leathered granite on the island over on that job that we did. So that looks good.
So absolute black is that one?
Yep, and it looks just like a piece of leather. Like, if you can't probably really tell. I'm trying to get a reflection from it, but
I have a few more leathered pieces that I'm going to show.
yeah. So it looks like that might be the up and coming thing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So personally, I love leathered and honed simply like because running it on a backsplash is pretty popular. And I really like the idea that you can get more of the look of the natural stone without reflection. So for instance, this is a marble, and when I hold up the polish, you can see reflection in that, like of the light and whatever else. So I feel like it could distract from the beauty of the stone, which is why I really like the honed. But what I'm holding in my hand right now, this is marble. This is called Imperial DMV marble. This is the polished side, and this is the honed side. So I don't know if you can see a difference in that, but this is the same stone, just polished here. You can catch that in the light, and honed here is not going to reflect the light. Okay? So very cool. Marble is one of the softest stones. It can etch, and it can scratch easy. It is sensitive to acids, like if you set down, lemon or whatever, you just want to be careful with it. But I wouldn't let it detour you. If you want to use it and you love it, it's beautiful. Just, how you take care of things is how you end up with things. This is a piece of granite. So this is white ice, and this is polished. Granite is great. It's tried and true. We know that it's great for heat. It is wonderful, consistent, hard. You can't go wrong with it, honestly.
So hot pots can't mess up granite? Because I've heard that before. That
You don't want to leave a hot pot on anything, any material, right? But if you're going to set it down for a second and turn, maybe wash your hands or something, it's going to be okay. Now quartz, you do not want to interact with heat at all in that type of way. It is very quick to sear or to scorch, and this is a great example of quartz. Now I am going to use my name card on this because people can get confused between quartz and quartzite. This is quartz, no ite, quartz. And this is a man-made product. So they call it engineered stone, if you've ever heard that, you've been shopping. This is polished right now, so you see that. But this is basically when they take little pieces of real stone quartz and they emulsify it with resins, and then the resins harden into the slab. So because resins are sensitive to heat, and heat is, and resins are the majority of what make up a quartz, this is not going to be good for heat. So you're not going to want to run quartz on a backsplash behind your cook range, because it can't over time bear that heat. But this is probably one of the more cost-effective options if you're looking to do your countertops, simply and cost-effectively. This is going to be your friend. And then let's see. Okay, this is a pretty big household name that people in the design know or probably talking about a lot, is Taj Mahal. So this is a quartzite. I want to be very clear that this has the ITE on the end. Okay, I did this for my mom. My mom's like, you gotta write it down. So
I hope your mom's watching.
I know she is. Mom, I wrote it for you.
Good, there you go. That's a good daughter.
Yes, because ite matters. Because quartzite is a natural stone. There's nothing man-made about this. And this is a polished Taj Mahal piece. It's very heat resistant, stain, not everything is stain proof. Nothing is stain proof, I'll say, but it gives stain resistance. This is polished and this is leathered, same stone. So I don't know if you can tell the one I'm shaking, you can see the light in the back. This one you really can't. So this is really beautiful if you want to highlight the beauty of a stone, is to use like a hone or leathered, because you're not going to interrupt the beauty with reflection, if you will. And then...
Granite can stain?
Not easily. If you leave, red wine on there for days and you don't pick it up, then you're susceptible. If it's there for, a few minutes, it's not going to be a big deal. Also, the coloring matters. Something like, I know it broke in the mail. It's okay. So, like marble will stain fast.
Marble will?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Marble will. You have to be the most careful with marble. Red wine, tomato sauce, lemon, stuff like that. Marble is a high maintenance girl. Quartz will still stain. People perceive quartz to be kind of like, just you can do anything to it. Not true. Quartz will stain with, I've seen it stain with a candle wick sometimes.
Oh, wow.
So like if it's a really white, base, you got to be careful with everything, which is why I tell people how you treat things is how it's going to end up, right? So how you take care of things is how your stone is going to end up ultimately. Wouldn't recommend certain stones with kids. So like, you know, if you have a young family, marble might not be your girl. You might want to lean into a granite, something that's a little bit sturdier for that time in life. Porcelain, another great option if you have kids. Even quartzite, you should probably train your kids in any factor about, you know.
Do they use this for countertops?
Yeah, I've seen this used for countertops. You certainly can. Like I said, the fabrication would be to miter the edge so that you do get the pattern that's on top running through the side, so it doesn't look like, you know, as much of a non-natural stone. But certainly cost effective. You know,
Seems to me like granite is the true, it's the tried and true is what it really is.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
people kind of always like to do different things, and I guess that's where quartz kind of came in, and now quartzite comes in. But there's so many different patterns and colors of quartz and movements and non-movements, and I guess I'm kind of more in tune with granite.
Granite is tried and true. It'll never go away. It's beautiful. We've just seen in, like, you know, the design, you know, trends that people are looking for a lot of veining and that dramatic feel, which can be fabricated through a man-made stone, right, to look like that. However, quartzite is gaining popularity because it gives a dramatic effect, often with the veining, but still has the natural qualities of like heat resistance and that natural feel. So that's why I want people to know the difference between quartzite and quartz. But what I have in my hand is a dolomite. So this appears like it could be a crossbreed between granite and quartz, but it's actually a marble. But dolomite is a stronger marble than just a non-dolomite piece of marble. The difference is the dolomite. So marble is going to be made out of like a calcite, which is like a softer material, and the dolomite marble is made of calcite and dolomite, hence the name dolomite, and it's in like higher strength.
Looks more like marble
It is.
to me.
It is. It's a type of marble. So dolomite is like,
But it's a man-made product with resins?
nope. This is a marble. It's just a dolomite marble.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So that is a natural stone.
Yep.
Okay, it's not man-made like quartz.
Nope, this is not man-made. The
Yeah.
only thing man-made on this table is the quartz and the porcelain. So this is Fantasy Brown. You recently put this
Oh
on your
yeah, I
projects.
did. Yes, I
That
did.
is
Over
the most
Williams
popular.
Road
Yeah, it's
has.
so popular.
That is the most popular color that we sell, is Fantasy Brown. It's
Wow.
in all of the homes that we've done,
Really?
yes.
And
Yeah.
you know why? I think personally it's cost effective. You can get a great price on a slab, and it can pull both warm and cool colors. So if you wanted to lean into like cool tones, Fantasy Brown. You want to lean into warm tones, Fantasy Brown. You want a good price, Fantasy Brown. Like it just works, you know.
You want a safe choice?
Fantasy
Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we love her. I'm actually doing a project right now, putting countertops and flooring at Fantasy Brown.
Flooring.
So yes. So I recently found Fantasy Brown in a tile that is a sheet of tile, a 12 by 12, but it has little like piano keys, or like the little strips of tile, and we're bordering the bathroom main. So when you walk in the bathroom, you have a main, set of 12 by 24 tile, but around the borders of the walls has the marble brown fantasy around it, and then it flows into the shower where the shower floor is brown fantasy and the countertops are brown fantasy. So it's going to be cohesive, like feeling with the stone. I can't wait. It's almost done. And then I say it's one of the best for last. This is corian, so this is great for outdoor use. This is man-made, but it's, you've probably seen this in like corporate settings, I want to say. It's like has little speckles in it, often with like little glass pieces and cement and stuff. So that's that.
I thought corian was on its way out.
It is. That's why we're putting it outside.
Ah.
And this is a great example of how beautiful and striking a quartzite can be. This is Jador quartzite, so it does have some striations of veining and movement, gives like a really striking appearance. This particular piece right here is honed. This is not polished, and I love it. I want to bring the drama, you know what I mean? Like, let's do this.
Nice.
I would use that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
see that?
Yeah. So that's a wrap on all of my goodies in the box, and I guess if you have any questions, I'd love to hear it, or, you know, what do you got for me?
Cool. There you go. All right, so if you all have any questions for Candice, by the way, her information, let me just kind of go over to here, and we have her website, right? So Elated Interiors is where you can go, and is that your domain name, elatedinteriors.com?
Exactly, yep.
So if you want to reach out, what about contact, right? So is your phone number on here? Contact us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want, you can go, there's her phone number, 617-8249, area code 352. So that's a local phone number, obviously. Or you can go ahead and just put your name, email address, and a message, and then you'll get right back with them.
Absolutely, within 24 hours.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see here. We are going to go, wait a minute, where am I? I knew I was gonna mess that up.
You need little like notes.
Well, we're in a whole different, okay, let's see, where am I? Oh, I gotta go back here, I guess. Nope. That's my office, not me. I told Christian I was gonna mess this up, so now I just need to make us bigger. Wow.
You want to be bigger?
Yeah, I want to be bigger. How come I have my...
Is that set off? And then you go to 1.
Oh, to 1.
Thanks,
And then
Michael.
2 is the screen.
Nobody told me 1, number 1.
Thank you.
All right. Real quick before we go on, I did see Tammy on the show with us tonight. So Tammy, we are going ahead and downloading your video that we did today for you, and we should have that to you very quick, okay? All right, so Michael, there you go. You got it right, wrestler. Michael to the rescue. All right, so Jamie Miller. Okay, so I would like to have a little discussion because give us a little bit of background on your experience and education, Candice.
Yeah, so I have experience in the new build custom homes, and I'm currently in school. I'm finishing my interior design degree while working in the industry and continuing to work in the industry. I've completed 15 new builds and let's see, a renovation, and that's where I'm at.
Nice. Where are you going to school at?
I go to Seminole State College, and
Close enough.
yeah, Seminole State, yeah.
Wow.
I know, but I have to, I have to state, I did do my AA in Gainesville, so in my heart it's always Gator Nation, but I'll
Kick
accept
her
as
out.
a Florida school. As a
out.
Florida school.
See what she did? She was so close.
So-
So close,
How-
Candice.
However, I will admit this. I love the I think it's so good. And I'm upset that Florida doesn't have it.
So what I'm hearing is she can be easily converted.
What I'm saying is I can be a fan on this side and this side.
Well, okay. Full disclosure. Santa Fe graduate here. Would you graduate Santa Fe?
No.
You just got, okay.
I have no degrees from any school in Gainesville. No.
You went to school in Gainesville.
Yeah, because of you.
Because of me,
Yeah.
because I made her get her AA degree in high school. Is that what you're saying?
No, you wanted me to go to the University of Florida, and I got into UF as a transfer student with no prerequisites for any school except for like some like obscure school at UF of like an English major or something, and that's not what I wanted to do, so I had to go to Santa Fe to get my prereqs.
There you
And
go.
then I got into UF, and then I still chose FSU. So for all the people that say, oh, you go to FSU, you couldn't get into UF, that's not true. I got into UF twice. Thank you.
Let them know.
We sound a little salty over here.
I just don't, people that go to UF are like so quick to be like, oh, you went to FSU because you couldn't get into UF. No, that's not true. I got into UF twice, and I still chose FSU. It's just a better school. I don't make the rules.
Discussion for a later time.
True.
What do you do, Miss Miller?
I work at TDSE, which is a branch of T&D. It's a sister company to T&D Pools and T&D Concrete and T&D Supplies. Right now,
Let's say, tell the people what SC, they don't know what SC means.
SE.
SE,
Yeah.
T and D.
Well, but no, because I work for TDSE, and TDSE is a different company from T&D Screen Enclosures. So we are TDSE. Yes, the SE stands for Screen Enclosures, but we are TDSE. I don't work for T&D Screen Enclosures. Different company. Sub of ours.
I have no words.
There's a whole background, but I'm not going to bore everybody with the story.
So tell us about your college education.
Okay, so went to Florida State, go Noles, got my undergrad bachelor's degree in marketing, decided that I really liked construction, and just prayed about it, and the Lord blessed me by presenting me with the accelerated interior architectural design program at Florida State.
Accelerated.
Yeah, it was just a fluke. They had stopped the program for I think 3 or 4 years, and then they were starting it back up, and they were trying to recruit people for the MS First Pro program, and just sent out like a college university wide email. I got it. I felt like it was a sign from God, so I applied and just prayed more about it and said, if this is where you want me to be, then let me get into the program. If not, then okay, because it's a very hard program to get into. It's one of the top design schools in the country. So yeah, and then I got in. So I learned the bachelor's portion and the master's portion. So 6 years of education in 2.5. And now I'm here.
Working for TDSE.
Yep, and the occasional project for my dad.
So, yeah, there you go. So tell us a little bit about what does interior architectural design do?
So it's basically interior design. So a lot of people will, and Candice, you can kind of jump in on this. A lot of people confuse interior design with interior decorating. It's
See,
different.
that's where I was tiptoeing around in the very beginning with that.
Yes.
Just want you to know.
Yes.
Very different.
We, well, I'm not going to say that I have an interior design degree. But I always say interior architectural design because whenever I tell people I'm in interior design, they're like, "Oh, great! Can you help me find this rug that'll match my throw pillows?" And I'm like, "I could, but I have a lot more to offer if you'd like to know." So it's being able to move walls, come up with, like we were talking about, space planning, and there's a lot of research that goes into designing different buildings depending on what sector you're in. And yeah, there's just a lot more that goes into it besides just decorating.
Well, that's why I wanted to have both of you on tonight. Because we want to be perfectly clear that there's a difference between interior design and interior decorating. Because interior decorating is more like picking out drapes and colors and stuff.
Pictures, stuff like
Fit,
that.
like the final touches
Yes.
of your home.
Yeah.
A designer is coming in and helping you space plan. So space plan means I have 3,000 square feet. How do I break down the 3,000 square feet with the rooms? What's the square footage of the rooms based on the function that you need to, have your home serve you? Do you have kids, whatever it's going to be? So space planning is basically taking a structure of a box and saying, this is what we're going to do inside of that. So that's a huge part of interior design. And like cabinets are a huge part of interior design that I think people often overlook. Like, oh, it's just a cabinet. No, it's not, because there's no margin for error. Like we're thinking about how can we make this kitchen flow to how you want it, but down to 3/8, like, an eighth of an inch, give of like function versus like your vision of how it's gonna look.
And that does matter because we were doing like a kitchen layout. I can't remember. I think it was a summer kitchen layout, and our cabinets were off by literally an inch, and it messed the whole thing up.
It's
Like we had to scratch it. Our CAD tech messed up, and she was off by an inch, and we had to go back through and like refigure out how we were going to fit everything cohesively, and it was an inch.
Yep. So it's a lot more than just.
And when he told me that he was like bringing you on and he was working with you, and he was like, yeah, she's an interior designer, and I was like, is she an interior designer or is she a decorator?
Oh.
Because I'm like, I'm so tired of people like saying that they're designers and they're not, they're just decorators. And he was like, no, she's an interior designer, and I was like, okay. And he's like, no, she's an interior designer. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I appreciate somebody holding the ground when I'm not here. Okay. Cool.
I held the ground for you, Candice.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
And that's why I wanted these two. Actually, this is the first time they've met. So I really wanted them to kind of get together because I knew they were of like mind and had the same ambitions and the same ideas and they do what they do, right? So I thought, that's a great opportunity. And then I also wanted them to explain to all of you all, exactly what the differences are and what they do. And now Jamie works for a company called TDSE.
Yeah.
Here, do you want to write that down?
Candice has her own company, Elated Interiors, so that's why I wanted her on. And if you are coming to the villages and you're going to buy a home, I have IM Renovations, and we can definitely help you get your space functional, just exactly like I did for Tom and Lauren. How when they had an issue where they wanted a bigger closet, where was I going to pull the space from to get them a bigger closet? Tom wanted to move the shower. That was a huge ordeal. Tom, if you're still on, you can probably speak to that. But the idea that I came up with was so much more functional, with having much more wall space in the living room, much more closet space in the closet. We just had to move the door down for their master bedroom, which works very well for them as well. So that's kind of along the lines of what these young ladies do. So,
And I will say, like, people use the term interior designer loosely because it's not a regulated profession. So, like how you have, in order to call yourself a real estate agent or a realtor, you have to have a license. The state of Florida doesn't regulate it like that. So it kind of opens up anybody to be able to use the term interior designer. And so if you're going to hire an interior designer to do anything structural, please make sure that you check their education, because a lot of people are decorators or like self-taught and they really don't know what they're doing, and the state is not regulating them, so they can call themselves whatever they want. So.
and that's why I almost have to stop and pause for a second and not use decorator and use designer, because it's two entirely different things. And that's pretty much what I wanted to kind of get across this evening.
You know, you probably know, like, I don't think the public knows that the interior designer is actually responsible for the health, safety, and well-being of individuals in the built environment. So I think that is something people don't know, and they think is, you know, that goes along with like the architect and like, you know what I mean, the whole construction industry, which is more than topical decor.
Yeah,
Right.
and functionality, I think, comes into play in those terms as well, trying to make the home functional for you, so not just looking pretty.
Yeah. Well, if you do it, like, the absolute worst thing that could happen is like you get an interior decorator and they're like, yeah, I'm an interior designer, and they're really not, and they don't have education, and they go and like bust down a structural wall that never should have been busted down, and then you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
So.
Or designing a kitchen not to code, and then you don't pass inspection, and then you have to take all of your work out, or just majorly real and just lose so much money, and just a lot of things. But
Yes.
Well, ladies, any last parting messages you would like to tell everybody out there? And like I said, Candice can help anybody out. She's helping me out when we do our modifications for homes in my renovating company. So please check out her website, and
Yes.
if you need her.
it's password protected on my portfolio, but anybody who is interested in checking out my portfolio, reach out either to me, to Ira, however you feel is best, and I'm happy to share my work, and yeah, just get in touch.
That'd be great.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank y'all. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And if anybody wants a screen enclosure, they can come to me.
Wait a minute. I thought you weren't screen enclosure.
No, I'm a salesperson for screen enclosures.
Separate from T&D screen enclosures.
Different company. I'll explain it to you when you get home.
Yeah, explain it to the people. They want to make sure they contact the right person and the right company.
It doesn't matter because we all work together. It's the same owner. But I don't want to necessarily like tell the story because I don't want to get it wrong. But basically, something about like the name was originally something else, and then like the owner had sold off the name or something like that because he wasn't going to do it anymore. And then he decided to do the company again. So instead of, he already had a T&D screen enclosure, so then he just did TDSE. It's kind of what it is.
Or get a hold of me.
Well, I said screen
And I'll
enclosures.
get
I
you.
didn't say anything else. Anything else, they need to go through you.
I mean, if they want screen enclosure.
Yeah,
I'll get you in touch with Jamie.
but don't give out my personal number.
No personal numbers?
I'll get you the office number.
All right, you guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Oh, trying to go.
Got it?
Yeah.
Got it?
Yep.
Thanks, Candice.
Yep.
See ya.
I'll get it.
So, look what, so anyways, I wanted to let you all see what we got here today. Look at this. Wow. Now, this is great. How's that? And the reason I don't have it on, because I wanted to show you the back. So you can go to our merchandise online and you can get a hat. You can get hoodies. You can get shirts. All kind of good stuff. So we just got this over the weekend. And guess, well, I don't know if I should tell y'all, who was the very first recipient? Is there anybody out there in my chat room that might know who got the first merch? Oh, look. I even got a little one on the inside here. That's cool. Look at that. All right, so you guys got a little education as to the difference between interior design and interior decorator. Actually, I got a little bit of an education on that as well. I think I'm going to move over here. Allow me to center myself. Cool. Get my little... All right, so where are we? Yes, Racer Girl, you. So, all right, let me go back through my chats because I might have overlooked somebody. Victoria, thank you for joining this evening. You like my t-shirt here? So every concert I've ever been to, I've gotten either a shirt and or a hat. So I'm going to be wearing I just decided I'm going to go ahead and wear some of my t-shirts that I've gotten over the years of going to concerts. So I hope y'all appreciate that, and kind of whenever you see me wearing one of these, you'll know that I am proud of all these, what do you call them? Classic rock. They're calling them something else. Iconic rock, they're calling it now on the local radio station. Iconic rock instead of classic rock. So yeah, Jace, thanks for joining tonight. All right, Tammy's got an Old Journey shirt. Cool. Very cool. Planning my exit. So, Craig, come on down to the free state of Florida, as we've been saying since what, 2019, 2020. This is the place to be. There are no, well, I shouldn't say there's no communists, but we don't stand for any communist. Look, we're all about free speech down here, but we are not all about communism, socialism, or any of that foolishness here in Florida. So you're safe here. So WrestleMania, he says he's from Pennsylvania too. So let me go back. I gotta go back. So Rich is from Pennsylvania. And then we talked to Pat and Jane and Gary and Jace and Racer Girl. Oh, so Robert, yes, Robert the Roach, he says he's from York, Pennsylvania. That's why I was saying, WrestleMania, he's from Pennsylvania. We have a lot of Northeasterners here, so we love you guys. All right, so Ricky P. I'm so glad, Ricky, you didn't just buy a house and then bail on me. So I appreciate you still coming, enjoying the show, and so it looks like I got a new little, it's not a logo, it's a banner. There you go. I got a new banner up there. So thank you, Christian, and I guess Christian and Michael kind of got together and made this for tonight, because now we're in my conference room. We're not in my studio where it's kind of small and cramped, and we couldn't really get everybody, I don't think, where we wanted them. All right, so Ricky P, thank you for joining us this evening. And Craig as well. New York City in the house. Yeah, well, Craig, I'm afraid to tell you, it's coming. And that social experiment is not going to be pretty. So my sweet wife, Patty Miller's on here, or she was. I don't know if she still is. Bill Rizzo. Thanks, Bill, for joining us this evening. A lot of times, we'll see Bill pop up. Ashton Pickleball. Hello from Claremont. All right. Well, that's cool. Love people from the area. I'm assuming, you know what they say about assuming, Claremont, Florida. I wonder if there's another Claremont. Anyways, Tim, thanks for popping in tonight and joining us. So, yep, Craig, looking forward. And listen, I want to tell everybody on here, this is usually the time of year that a lot of people come to visit Florida, the villages, or just the Central Florida area in general. Excuse me, give us a call. So 352-204-9026, call us, text us, email us, doesn't matter how you get a hold of us. We would love to hear from you, and we'd love to make an appointment for you to come on in. Talk to us, tell us about your situation, tell us what you're trying to accomplish, and don't ever worry about, oh, it's way too soon, I'm probably not going to retire to the middle of next year or whatever. I'm used to getting with people years in advance before they pull the trigger and decide to come. So don't worry about that. If you're on this show and you'd like to come in and join us and meet me and join me and have a little chat and kind of figure out how I can best help you, call us. We'd love to hear from you. So, Mesa, I'm wondering, I know Candice's mom was on here. I wonder if that might be her. Darren Kwan, thanks Darren for showing up this evening and joining us again. So I love my regulars. I love everybody who comes and sees me on a regular basis. That's just an awesome thing. Let me just see something here. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed Candice and Jamie. If you arrived late, this show is always going to be saved, and you can watch it, again, over again. Jamie looks like she's loving being there tonight. Yeah, little Jamie, I guess she had a little attitude tonight, but I don't know why. She can get defensive sometimes about Florida State. I guess we won't talk about that football game this past weekend. That'll really set her off. So I don't want to do that. Let me reach out over here, though. I need to grab my phone. Been getting a lot of phone calls tonight. While we've been on the air, so I don't know if anybody has really reached out to me. So this is my flooring guy who's getting ready to do a floor in a house for me tomorrow. And if I don't answer him now, I'll probably leave here and forget all about it, because I got something I have to do very important once I leave here, and that's head to Lowe's and check out some appliances for some people. All right, so let's see what else we have going on here. Darren, so thank you again for joining us, and Wrestler Mania for sure. King of Florida, wow, that's a pretty good, that's a pretty cool handle. And thank you, Wrestler, for asking for the thumbs up. I appreciate everybody who does that. And then I've said hello to Victoria. Best way to get granite looking like new again. Oh, hey, darn it. I missed that, but you know what? I will ask Candice about that. You know, I'm thinking, man, if your granite isn't looking that great, or it has a lot of scratches or whatever, we can find out. She seems to be very knowledgeable about that. But I think one thing I should have brought up to Candice was the porousness. I gotta write that down. All right, so Victoria, I'm gonna write that down again. Oh, by the way, OHM in Orlando. Let's do something here. Oh, I can't. Oh, man. I know I moved, and then I moved away from all my controls. Let's see here. I'm going to see if OHM is actually OHM in Orlando. Can I spell Orlando here? And we'll see if this takes us. We got to, there you go. OHM International Countertop Materials. So I hope, I'm going to tell Candice, that's what I wanted to do. And so we went ahead and showcased that company, their inventory. Whoa. Well, how is all these cities? Whoa, that's a huge company. Product catalog, inventory. There we go, there's their product. leathered like we were talking about. So we're going to have to look into this company, see what kind of prices they have. They seem to have a lot of selections anyways. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for a company that it has a lot of selections. So Victoria, putting granite back. Back to new. How's that? And my question is, what about granite? I'll say granite's porousness. Is that a word? Porousness? We'll have to see if she has anything to say about that. Cool. All right. Shall we carry on? Let's see. Okay, so Trish Navarro, a little late. That's okay, Trish. Just like I mentioned, if you want to hear about Candice and Jamie and what they do and how they do it, then watch the show again. I got them pretty early on. All right, let's see. If you have a question, start by putting the word question at the beginning of your question. There you go. There you go. I like that, wrestler. Thanks for that. Yeah, Michigan and Michigan State. That's true. First of all, Florida and Florida State always have their rivalry game. They call it in Jacksonville, actually. They kind of go to a neutral area in Jacksonville. They don't play at each other's stadiums. And they call it the world's largest cocktail party. Have you ever heard of that? The world's largest cocktail party. That's the Florida State game in Jacksonville. That's what they call it. But here's the bigger rivalry. The bigger rivalry between Florida State is not with Florida, surprisingly, because they're only like 2 hours away from each other, but it's Florida State and Miami. That is the huge rivalry there. And that's all I'm going to say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. The Ghost Rider, I decided there will be no living room. That's going to be the golf simulator room. Yeah, Let's see how you get away with that one, buddy. So thanks for joining us, Ghost Rider. You're the man. Harvest Construction from Central Florida here. I'm late to the show as well. Tubed in now, so thank you very much. Harvest Construction, I'll have to let her know. That's cool, LLC. So thanks for joining in to catch Candice on the show. All right, Ashton Pickleball. Candice designed my kitchen and it's beautiful. She is very talented. That's awesome. So thanks so much for pitching in and saying that. That was, I really appreciate you letting us know. And then we always like to give shout outs, right? To anybody who comes to the show. I'm actually gonna do one thing here, just like we did with OHM, right? Let's see. Harvest Construction There's one in Nashville, but I'm sure that's probably not who she was referring to. That's Nashville based. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Let's see. Commercial and residential. Nice. And maybe there we go. Well, oh no, that's Harvest Rain. Okay, well, we'll have to get with Candice about Harvest Construction and get a little more information. Maybe give them a shout out next week. So that's why I'm writing these questions down, because maybe we might have Candice back again next week. If she's not busy, we'll have to see. All right. So Scott Homaz reaching out to my man Jace. Wait a minute, I thought the world's largest cocktail party was in the Villages. Yeah, it's when Jace Gallagher is here in town and he's playing at one of his venues. That's correct. So, all right, so we've gone through, there we go, it starts at 12 o'clock every day. The world's largest cocktail party. All right, Kimberly was saying, oh, wait a minute, so maybe I jumped ahead a little bit. Let me go back. Wow. I think my, good gosh. Looks like, okay, Candice, okay, so, wow, I started scrolling, and man, it started jumping. All right, so Ashton Pickleball, thank you for saying what you said about Candice. We love her here, so that's very cool. Yes, Racer Girl, you were the first recipient and gifted one of these shirts. And I'm going to show you how you can buy one of those in just a second. Okay, let's keep going. So, well, where are we here? All right. So, Harvest Construction LLC from Central Florida. And thank you for joining once again. Gary Winkle, in and out. Kathy and I are looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Ira, I'm looking forward to seeing you and Kathy tomorrow as well, Gary. That's cool. Skip is too busy wearing his Indianapolis Colts gear now that they're good again. I guess once Peyton Manning left, they went downhill. So Gary's still having dinner at Lake Sumter. How's the market, Ira, up or down? Well, it depends on where you're talking about from, at what point in the year. I'll tell you what, for me personally, the year was really sucking for the first 2 quarters until like June. And then it finally started picking up. So I don't know if it had anything to do with rates. But yeah, it's picking back up for sure. And we're going to go look at that in just a second as well. So let me get through here. Missed the hat. Is it white? Is it white? Here's the hat, Ghost Rider. There it is, buddy. All right. Hey, it's Kim and Mike. Hope as everyone's doing well. Mike is from PA, another PA. I think we're gonna have half a PA down here before long. But actually, I think they need you up there to be voting. Let's see. Okay, so Ghost Rider said he's doing good hanging out in Connecticut. I used to watch a show called, what was the name of that show? I think it had the name Family in it. And it had Jody and Buffy as the little kids. And they used to call Connecticut Kennycut. The real Northeast. Ira has an original Beatles shirt from their first concert. Yeah, okay. If that was true, that sucker would be on eBay, and I would be getting me some big time money. So Kimberly, we start at 6 o'clock or thereabouts. Tonight it was like 6:03, I think, because we were getting Jamie and Candice ready to go. And we have Michael running the show. And so Christian tried to bail out on us early, and I'm like, oh, no, not tonight. So, wait, we missed it. So, Kimberly, we always post this as soon as I end the live stream. This show get posted online, so you won't miss anything. You can always check it out. Let's see. So, Lexi and Darren met you years in advance from our move. You are the. That's great. So, hi, Ira. We met you years in advance from our move, and you are the best. Getting closer. Love Jamie. And I get her passion. I also have a BS in interior design, not decorating. We're going to keep driving that home. So, Lexi, we'll make sure that we have clarified everything correctly. The live stream starts whenever Christian and Michael can get Ira on the air. He can be a diva sometimes. Oh, what happened? See that? Where did oh boy. That's what I'm talking about. There's always something, right? You know what Rosanna Dana would say? There's always something. Why can I not? Oh, I don't know. Is that it? I don't know if Michael's out there. I think Michael left at 7. So I am on my own, you guys. Whoa, he's still here. You're the man. I don't know where I'm
Can I
at.
make it work, though, is the question. I've seen Christian set this up, but...
This is where we started. HDMI?
PC.
PC?
I believe so.
HDMI?
I believe so. Oh.
Close.
Let me do this for you here.
Screen sharing.
Nice
Apple
choice.
AirPlay.
Check that out. It's
What happened?
pulling up. If you're able to exit the screen you're on, it might just be good to go. Yeah, I went to
There you
sleep.
go. Anyways, we'll let Michael hang out and see what he can do. Oh, man. Go ahead.
Do you want to see tricks?
Yes.
Is that what you were going to say?
Yes.
Would you like this first or the trick?
Yeah, see if you can get us running, and then man, you guys, let's see. Do we have that?
PC. I wish I'd asked Christian. New guy here. Is this your
This is,
for that? And that's your-
the only thing for that
Is
is,
the remote.
is the remote. Yeah, I don't have a mouse for that up there. So,
I might be at a loss.
Okay.
But that'll be the list of questions.
there you go.
Are you okay with off? Is that probably?
That's probably the best one.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. All right, so guess what? We've got a real treat for you. Come on over here. This is Michael.
Oh, I have one thing for it.
All right,
Yeah, right here.
Michael will be right back. And while he comes back, 7. So yes, like I said, Kimberly, all you got to do is just come back on and it will be posted at the end of our live stream. It used to start on, no, it never started at 7, sorry. What's the difference between a bond fee and an HOA, a CDD fee? A bond is the infrastructure cost that the developer here in the villages, whatever it costs to build that neighborhood, they divide it up by how many lots they created out of that neighborhood, and then they assess a bond fee. Today, a bond on a home site in a designer home or a veranda is about $50,000 to $55,000 for the bond. An HOA, there's no HOA really here in the villages to speak of, and a CDD fee is more like the amenity fee. That's what pays for the $199 a month pays for all the recreation and amenities here. All right, so that's kind of answering that question. All right, so this is Michael. This is our behind the scenes guy now. And Michael has a little special presentation he would like to do. Michael has his own YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
And it's all about magic. So I asked Michael if he would do a magic trick for us this evening, and he said he was more than happy to do that. So Michael, what do you have for us?
All right. I'm glad you like magic.
Love magic. I love it.
Everybody likes magic.
Look, I watch
You wanna take it away?
America's Got Talent,
Oh,
right? And
awesome.
every year I'm like, give me the magicians. They're the guys that, to me, should win every time.
Thank you for saying that.
So there you go.
You saying that just because I'm
No, not at all. Not at all.
cool. All right.
Shin Lin,
He's the best.
yes.
He's the best.
Yeah.
And nerds like me are like, we knew about Shin
Yeah.
before y'all did. But
Oh, really?
oh yeah.
Even before you hit America's Got
Even
Talent?
before AGT,
No kidding.
because we're nerds like that. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome.
he's
So,
a really cool one.
so I always root for those magicians.
And I'm new behind the scenes, so I'll have to get better at the magic that
Yeah, we'll have to pull the magic out of that.
I'll figure that magic out.
Okay, so what,
Okay.
what we got?
Yeah. All right. So I like to get this one out of the way. You'll see why. Because this is what everybody for 20 years doing magic, I hear. They ask about this. I think this will play to you and to everybody watching from home. So little observation test. If you can count them. We got 1, 2, 3,
4, 5.
Okay.
$5.
5, everybody. I'm just trying to see your eyes and the camera's eyes. All right. Now, you probably can figure where this is going. What is 5 times 5? If you can go off the top of your head.
25.
25. As Ira wishes, 25.
Whoa.
25 there.
What?
Check that out. That feels real, right? That feels legal tender. You can maybe spend that at a store. Hopefully. Sure, but I actually need a 5 for this next trick, so that's fair. That's what everyone tries to do. The disclaimer, so everyone always asks, like, hey, can you turn my money into more money? And my answer is yes, but the disclaimer, magic isn't real, at least the magic I do, and so anything that happens, it has to go back to normal. So unfortunately, I can't spend those as 5 5s. I have to keep them as 5 1s. So that's just a little visual warm-up. If you have time, I can show you one more thing, but I don't want to take up too much of your time.
No,
All right.
how about it?
Okay, so we're all a little warmed up now. I hope that played to everybody, but you can hear his reaction. He at least can vouch for you.
I'm gonna have to get a little more behind the scenes there.
Yeah, I didn't mount the over-the-shoulder camera.
That was cool.
Glad you like it. So I have a deck of cards here. You can see that all of them are different, hopefully.
Yep.
Everyone at home can hopefully see. Ira's vouching for it as well. And everyone expects card tricks. And I love card tricks, but after doing this for so many years, you start to show someone a card trick and they think of, as much as I love them, there's stereotypes about, grandpa showing you the card trick and it, maybe takes forever. So I like to try to make it as interesting and new feeling as possible. So I like to do things that you wouldn't expect to see in a card trick. So first of all, magicians do all these things to try to make you pick certain things. I want you to know you're picking the actual cards you want to pick. So you're actually going to see them go by. You can change your mind if you want, but go ahead and take one out that you want to, and you can show our guests here on the camera.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to fan them out. Just place it in, but leave it sticking out. You'll see why. All right, but I'm not going to look at it. Now here's the awkward part. I do all this cool stuff. I get to the end of the trick, people forget their card. So this is your double check.
I got it, yeah.
I'm not going to look at the double check. All right, so that's the first thing, is that you picked it yourself, and not a lot of magicians will let you do that. The second thing is, you've placed it in. This is where a magician would do something to try to find it quickly. I'm just going to let you in on that. So I want you immediately to shuffle the deck. I don't want you to think back like, oh, well, he was holding it, like he did it, You're shuffling it now.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be fancy. I know that can be a little scary.
Whoop.
Hopefully that's not it.
Nope, that wasn't it.
All right. And you know what? We'll do what I used to do when I was a little newer. This is how you find a card. It takes a little bit of risks and also a little bit of just trying to feel things out. And so I'm going to take a huge risk off the bat, and I'm going to just get rid of some cards. So these, boom. The trick could already be totally wrong now. Hopefully not. And then I take a bigger risk. I pick some more cards. Now you need to have a good poker face, Ira, okay? Do you have a good poker face?
I hope so.
I'll pick a few out. I'll pick a few more. Not that many. And here's the poker face moment. I'm just going to go through these real quickly. And being honest, I'm just trying to see if I can catch you. Okay, so Queen of Clubs. Just going to take a look at you. Nine of Diamonds could be it.
Could be.
Nine of Spades.
Could be.
Ace of Hearts. King of Diamonds. I'm still not quite sure. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. All right, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Just as a reminder, I'm trying to pick which of the 5 is yours. Okay, so here's my moment of truth. Okay, I'm gonna try to make it dramatic so everyone can see me try to commit to 1. In fact, actually, let me do this. Watch. I'll just get rid of that one real quick. Got 4 left.
Whoa.
Any of these your card, Ira? So Ira's card is gone, apparently.
It's gone.
Well, wait, that's a problem. But there's a deck right here, right?
Yeah.
Just like spread them across the table. See if you see anything different. Tell everybody what you see. Go for it.
This
A
way?
little more, yeah. What do you see there?
Whoa.
You can show it. Is that it? Did we get it?
That's crazy, man.
Way to go.
Oh,
I'll leave you there for now. So thanks for letting me take some of the time.
That's awesome. Wow. That's amazing.
Now I just need to get that good at the video stuff.
We'll get you there.
We'll do that.
We'll
Thank
get you there. How'd you
Thank
like
you.
that, right?
Thank you.
That's cool.
You got your comments.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sydney says, that was amazing. Go, Michael. So cool. That's great. Michael made the screen disappear behind Ira, a wrestler. He's a real
That's a
joker.
good one. All right, thank you, Ira.
So you had a lot of people saying hi, Michael.
I appreciate that. Hello.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, Michael. All right. So technology is great until yeah, you got it. So There we go. We got ahead. We got a little distraction there with Michael and his great magic. We'll have some more, right? He's a great addition to our team. If you're listening, Michael, go ahead and tell him what your website is, or your YouTube channel is. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Mike said, we like your lives. Oh, cool. Thanks, Kimberly. Appreciate it. So Kim, and we got here a little bit before. Okay, so I don't know if we'll go back for the. Yeah, just go back. That's cool. I mean, that's why we do it. And you never miss out completely. You just miss out on not being able to ask questions. That's it. All right. So let me see. Let me make sure I don't miss anything. So yes, the Ghost Rider was here in July. Got to hang out a little bit at World of Beer. All right. So, let's see. Lexi and Darren. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss any of your questions, comments, any of that good stuff. Because that's what I'm here for. I am here to answer all your questions and to entertain. And Michael, that was great. Candice and Jamie, they were great. Loved it. But let me just head on down. Make sure. All right. So Jace says, I'm headed your way on Saturday. Ira, did you say where the next rock and roll restaurant review will be? Havana, I think, wasn't it? Yes. So, Havana Country Club is going to be our next rock and roll review. So, y'all stay tuned for that. So, yep, so there was, oh, man, talk about magic. My chat disappeared. All right, so Kim says, don't forget to link your channel, Michael. So that was cool. All right, Wrestler, thank you, buddy, for joining. I appreciate it. There you go. So, Michael, thank you for putting that link in there. If you want to learn magic, so he not only does magic, but he teaches you magic. So tricks are exposed on there. So this is for magic learners only. That's why I haven't gone to his channel. I mean, I don't know if I want to dispel the mystery, right? So, all right, there you go. If you want to book Michael for a show, he is available. So thehobbyistmagic@gmail.com. Michael, I'm just going to tell you, I think you should have 2 different YouTube channels. One where you teach it, or here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. Just like Skip with his Patreon channel. So Michael, if you're listening, if you're following along, you need to have a YouTube channel where you are entertaining, performing magic. Yeah, I guess anybody can go to different places, but they're going to know you personally here on Homes Around the Villages. So maybe set up a Patreon part of your YouTube channel, and that's where people can go to learn. That would be cool. Just my suggestion to you, buddy. All right. Okay, just to watch Michael's magic, you can check his Instagram out. So there you go. then pay for the lessons. That's right. So, yeah, set up a Patreon page. People have to pay for that, and then they can learn. All right, we are jumping to, we are going to jump to our marketing portion this evening. So people are asking, how's the market doing? So let's check it out. Let's see, Christian told me I can do a little. There we go. All right. So this is the market in the villages. Let's do a little search. And we'll hit quick. And now, boom, there are 567 matches. 567. Sounds like a magic trick to me right there. Okay, so 567. All right, so let's see what the market's doing. We're gonna go, I'm gonna just move this, I think, out of the way because it keeps, there we go, that's better. All right, so 567 listings in the MLS. We are gonna see what is pending currently. Typically pending goes, I don't know, it takes anywhere from 30 to 45 days. So we're gonna go 45, how's that? So 45 days, there's 144 homes sold in the MLS in the last 45 days. Well, went under contract, let me clarify that. They didn't sell. Sold means they closed and now they have a new owner. All right, so we are going to go to sold. So 45 days, and if I remember correctly, was I able to do last week's? So last week's 7 through to 45 was 117 matches. So last week we had 117 matches. See, 7 days ago. Now we have 144. So that means we have a little bit more than what we had last week. Let's look at solds. Okay, we're going to get rid of pending. How many sold within the last 30 days or so? Well, let's say last 7 days. That's what we like to do first. 42 homes closed, sold, gone to the new owner in the last 7 days or the last 30. It was 164. So, the last 64 days, I'm sorry, in the last 30 days, we had 164 closed for pending in the last 30 days. Let's see where we are. We'll take this out. So we're at 121. So looks like the market went down a little bit, but this is October, right? That's to be expected. May is the slowest month out of the whole year. October is another transitioning month, going from the summer months when primarily your full-time residents will buy a home here. This will be their primary residence, right? Now we're switching over to seasonal homes. So in October, we start switching over from primary homes, primary residence, to seasonal. And that's why we're seeing a little bit of a slowdown for that. And, quite honestly, I don't think, we'll have to see, but I don't think there's as many homes sold seasonally as there are in the summer months. That's January or June, July, August, and September. Those 4 months are the best months of the whole year to buy a home here or to sell a home for realtors. All right, so went down just a little bit. All right, so there we go. That's the market, what the market's doing. Where were we going to head from there? A little touch elated interiors again. That is Candice's website, not to be confused with an interior decorator. She is an interior designer. Okay, so if you missed that part of it, catch us when we do a repeat of the and we post this right to our YouTube channel, okay? So we're gonna kind of say goodbye to Candice's website over here. Bye, Candice. New, gone. OHM, so that's who she uses for her countertops, typically. And so we will say goodbye to OHM. And that's some of their products. So that's cool. I'm going to have to go check that place out because I need some countertops for one of my renovations that I'm doing. All right. 7:40. Let's go back to our chat room. See if there's any burning questions in the chat room before we start to say goodbye. So I'm going to go back. Here we are. Hey, back live. How many listings have there been this month? So, all right, well, that's a good question. We will go back to our dashboard and active. Whoops. Where are we? Oh, here we go. Search. So if you're asking how many listings, 0 to 30, 163 new listings out of the 567, 163 were just listed in the past month. So Ghostwriter, thank you for asking that question. You know why? Because that is an interesting question. How many were recently listed in the last 30 days? So 163. So if you have 163 that were listed in the last 30 days, right? Okay. And then you have pending in the last 30 days. That is 121. So yeah, we're not keeping up with how many homes are went under contract compared to the ones that just got listed. And again, if we want to just see what was sold in the last 30 days, 164. So that kind of keeps up, 164 keeps up with how many active in the last 30 days. So that's good. But the pending ones are showing a bit of a slowdown. So thank you, my man, Ghostwriter, for asking that question. That's cool. The Villages, Skip Smith. Hey, Dad. Thanks for showing up, buddy. Appreciate it. It makes me wish I was ready to buy. Yeah, prices are still low, and but that's a good way to try to keep up with the market and try to decide how how many homes are coming on the market compared to how many homes are going off the market by getting sold. There's also, I guess, an argument to be made of how many expired. Let's see. So if we want to see how many expired in the last 30 days, that could be interesting too, because those are the amount of homes that have been on the market a long time. So 28 matches expired. That means they were on the market longer than 6 months. That's not a whole lot if you think about it. Only 28 out of 567 we said expired. So that's good. That's shown that homes are selling and they're not going all the way to maturity on their listing. So that's a good indicator as well. All right, let's see. All right, it's 7:45. I guess we're gonna go ahead and say bye-bye for this evening. I gotta head to Lowe's, gotta check out some appliances for some people, and then possibly purchase some of those appliances because it's a brand new listing. Oh, I wanted to show you. Oh, darn it. That is where I messed up. So I have a brand new listing coming up. Hold up, let me see if I can't just give you maybe a little peek anyways. Let's see here. Oh, here's one thing I want you guys to see. I was at one of my listings at Spruce Creek Golf and Country Club. Check that out. A rainbow over that house. Now, is that not a lucky home to be purchasing there? Very, very cool. That's my listing at 13828 Southeast 85th Circle. I have to take this picture and send it to Christian because I want him to post that. Let's see here. Christian, where are you, bud? There you are. Okay. Next. I'm gonna have it do it tomorrow. Whoops. Tomorrow at, we'll say 1 p.m. And I'm going to say, please post for 13828 Southeast 85th, whoops, I put 95th, 85th Circle. MLS. Cool. All right, so where's that other one I wanted to preview? This is just a bare minimum, bare bones preview. What is coming up? Let's see. By the way, that house I showed you with the rainbow, I was out there trimming some hedges. All right. Where is that? Don't tell me. I thought I was before this house. This is a really cool home I saw the other day. Where is it? Come on. Well, I don't know. I can't believe if this thing didn't take. Darn it, I wanted to give you a little preview of this awesome pool home in the Villages. By the way, there's a guy in the Villages doing some cool work like that. See that picture above that bed? It's lit up behind that bed. That's pretty cool. He did a lot of other cool stuff I'll probably share with you next week. If you tune in next week, I'll share that with you. Oh, here it is. Cool. All right. So just a real quick, let's see here. Hold on. How do you start this thing over? All right, you ready? That's the summer kitchen. Has a hot tub, swimming pool. It's a fancy pool. So I'll have that posted next week to be able to show it to you. I'm probably gonna go ahead and list this home, hopefully tomorrow. So I don't know what happened to my camera. I think I messed up the. What happened to the camera? Now I know it's time to go. Okay, you guys, my camera's gone. Oh, there we go. I'm back in focus. So thanks everybody who joined me tonight. See you next week. I'll see what more surprises I can come up with. 6 o'clock, Monday Night Live, Homes Around the Villages YouTube channel. And don't forget, oh, I know I forgot one thing. That was my merch. So that is, I'm going to leave you with that. I am going to leave you with my website and our merch. Great items you can buy. There's the hat. Here's what the shirt looks like. So you're going to want this. Polo shirts, t-shirts, that's this shirt right here I'm showing you. So check it out. Coffee cups. Coffee mugs, $7. You can't go wrong. Okay, that's it. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week, you guys. Thanks for joining. Love y'all.